Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another installment in our Card Spotlight series in which I highlight cards in the Commander format that I think deserve more attention. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about the card Drannith Ruins from March of the Machine Aftermath. And if you don't know what that is, it's a land with tap and colorless, and 2 colorless, tap, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target non-human creature that entered the battlefield this turn. So I've seen this card reviewed and most of the people seem to be very meh on this card. I think I'm a bit higher than most people on this. I feel like this is a pretty decent utility land in a lot of decks, and the main reason for that is that the opportunity cost is incredibly low. As long as you're a 2-color or 1-color deck, this isn't really going to hurt your deck that much to run. It comes in untapped, which is great. You're not giving up anything there compared to something like Oran Rief, which is this is quite similar to. Oran Rief is obviously going to work very well if you're making a bunch of tokens because you get to put counters on all of them, which is obviously very nice. However, coming in tapped can often be awkward with Oran Rief. You do find yourself sometimes with a tap land when you don't need it. That happens to me more often than not, even though I try to run very few tap lands in my decks. So this coming in untapped is not irrelevant, and the other ability is solid as well. Putting 2 counters is double the speed as something like Oran Rief, but you are only putting them on 1 creature and it has to be a non-human. That restriction, however, isn't really that bad. There are a lot of creatures that are non-human, and as long as your commander meets those restrictions and is moderately interested in attacking or in counters, then this becomes really good. It also opens this up to being used on creatures of different colors, since you don't have to only use it on green creatures like you do with Oran Reef. In +1/+1 counters decks in particular, this seems great because you get to put counters on something you played every single turn, and that's pretty decent. As long as you keep having a steady stream of creatures to play and they're non-humans, which isn't that difficult to achieve, you can just dump any extra mana you have into this. The ability might seem marginal and might seem a little bit expensive, and it is a little bit for both of those things. However, what really puts this card ahead, I think, is the opportunity cost being so low. Really, having a land that taps for mana and comes in untapped is just very good, and having any sort of ability on a land like that is usually going to make it at least something you want to consider. So I think if a few things are true for your deck, then this is going to be good. Your deck needs to have a bunch of non-humans, it needs to care somewhat about counters or attacking, and that's basically it. Those are the only things that you need to really care about, other than not being too many colors. So a deck where I think this could be pretty good is in something like Skullbribe, because the counter is going to stay on it as it moves zones. It's cheap to cast, so you can easily have 2 extra mana to put into it with this. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty solid in a few different decks. Honestly, I'm going to be trying this out a lot. I'm going to post a deck list at some point this week or next week, and I included this card in that deck list because I think it fits really nicely. It's a tribal deck that isn't human, so it's going to work very nicely in any deck like that. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care. Woo!